For part three of this video or this topic, now that we've noticed what the industry structure is, now that we see who is going to get the value that is created, we see the amount of value that's created depends upon the existing competitors, the threat of new entrants, and the substitutes. But who is going to divide that value up? That's the supplier and the buyers. So now that we know that, what can we do? How can we apply that knowledge? How can we change the game where we can, our company can do what? Get more of that power from whom? Both the supplier and from the buyer. So let's talk about the buyer first. And again, the buyer is they are our consumers, the consumers of our products. So how do we influence buyers' decisions? What are some ways that we can do? Number one, we can use corporate social responsibility. So we can espouse causes that our particular consumers espouse. We can as well differentiate our product. So make our product very different so that it will appeal to our specific consumers and have many different points that appeal to our consumers. So making it a much more complex product as far as appeal goes, as far as differentiating, as far as satisfying the needs of our customers. We can also do what? We can build connections there. We can have a greater understanding of our consumers and therefore have better marketing programs. So with those better marketing programs, we can increase our level of sales. We can add discount cards, not much, but we can add a discount card. We can have a frequent flyer or frequent purchaser card. And so therefore, if you buy 10, you get one free type of thing. We can also differentiate ourselves based upon our service, based upon how easy is it to pay, how easy is it to find items on our website. Do we have a good website? Is it a website that is inviting? Do we have someone there on the phone who will pick up if somebody needs to call? How do we make it easier for our buyers so that we build that relationship with our buyer, as well our supplier? How do we influence our suppliers? Well, one way that we can influence our suppliers is to buy in bulk. The greater the amount of our purchase is to our buyer, the greater our importance is to the buyer, is to the supplier. As well, we can reduce our number of suppliers. We don't want to reduce it down to one because then we are not the ones who have the advantage. It's the supplier that has advantage if we have only one supplier. So we want to have a few key suppliers, but of those few key suppliers, we want to have very large purchases from them. We also want to have long-term contracts. Why do we want long-term contracts? So that we can make it easy for the supplier to determine what its product is going to be, their product manufacturing process to determine how many items do they need to produce at X number of times. As well, how can we help our supplier to grow? What are their needs? If we understand their needs, we can help promote their services. We can mention them in our advertising. We can invest in joint technology, in specialized equipment. We can pay on time. And what can we do is not only can we pay on time, we can negotiate better interest rates. So you think of 210 net 30. So you get 2% discount if you pay within 10 days. What about when I worked at Cleveland Cliffs, which is an iron ore company in Cleveland, one of the things that the director did is he negotiated other rates that say maybe 2.5% if they pay within less than 5 days. So not 2% in 10 days, but 2.5% if you pay within 3 to 5 days. So what does that do? Yes, the supplier loses a little bit more money, but if the supplier is cash tight, that supplier receives his or her cash much more quickly. So those items, if you understand what is it that the supplier needs, understand what is it that the buyer needs, how do you appeal to what, not only to their reasoning, but appeal to their emotions, that is what helps you to gain some of that power from the buyer as well as from the supplier. So there is a short pic, or I guess it's not animated, but it's a graphic depiction of Mr. Michael Porter, who again is the guru of corporate strategy, and as someone that I have much admiration and respect for.